Oh,
Oh, it worked. There you go.
the internet be internet. That's all I can say.
And not in the right way.
Yeah, it's just crazy.
Yeah, so it wasn't on us, y'all. It was the internet transmitting, okay? It was tripping for real. But nevertheless, we're glad to be live. We're glad to be on today. And if you have your Bibles, go ahead and go to chapter 70 in the book of Enoch. Thank you. In the book of Enoch. And then also for those who are new in story time, hi, how you doing? Hi, good to see you. Let me introduce myself, okay?
You're so crazy.
Avani G in the place to be. Hey, I like to do that little Cosby face. Can I still say that? Y'all know he was set up. Anywho,
Yeah,
and
right.
so
Okay.
if you don't know who she is, she's none other than Auntie Shelly on the beat. But that's right, y'all know we don't do that for ourselves, but we do it for the community. Hashtag community minded. All right, so we're gonna go into a word of prayer because listen, story time ain't gonna be timing without prayer and without the ruach. Okay,
Oof.
it's gonna be a dry reading. So you want us to pray before we read. All right. So Father, y'all, we thank you for allowing us to do story time one more time. Thank you that we were able to truly do it because it was looking like it was giving canceling.
Yes.
It was given that very strongly, Father. But I thank you that you came in and saved the day. And so I just pray that you will be in the midst of this reading, that you will reveal your word to us, Father, and that your people will be encouraged. Those that are tuning in either live or later, that they will be encouraged, Father, yeah, and that they will learn from our ancestors' mistakes or from our ancestors' visions in which you have shown them, like Grandpa Enoch and Noah. We got to learn something from them, Father, yeah, something that you want us to get. And so I just pray that you will be in the midst of it. I thank you for everything that you have done. In Yahushua HaMashiach's name we pray. Amen. Hallelujah. Shalom, Lolo. If you don't know, again, this page is dedicated to him, the Father, all right? And then those that are seeking truth. If you have questions along the way, go ahead and drop them in that chat right there. Do not be shy.
Yes. Please.
Because this is a learning thing. We're unlearning and relearning like that. Okay, just like that. It looks like that. And then if you may have something later on, you can go ahead and just send us an email, which is storytimewff@gmail.com. And then Auntie Shelly on the beat. But bump will get pinged.
Present.
Yes, she is always mentally, emotionally, and physically. All right. So with that being said, we're going to dive into the book of Enoch. Open up your Bibles. Just sounds so good.
To Enoch. Chapter 70.
Shalom, Dad. Yeah, go ahead. I like that. That was giving old.
That was old school.
Old. Yeah, back in the day. All right, so we're starting on chapter 70, all right? We prayed, so we should be good. All right. After this, and we don't have a recap.
Y'all was here.
Yeah.
Y'all been here.
Mm-hmm. Y'all already know. Don't act like you knew unless you knew. We don't give recaps because there's so much within this book to recap. All right. So chapter 70. After this, the name of the son of Adam living with Yahuwah Sabaoth was exalted by the inhabitants of the earth. It was exalted in the chariots of the Ruach, and the name went forth in the midst of them. From that time, I was not drawn into the midst of them, but he seated me between two ruachs, between the north and the west, where the angels received their ropes to measure out a place for the elect and the righteous. There I beheld the fathers of the first men and the Kodashim who dwell in that place forever. Anyone. Okay, so chapter 70 is hitting us straight. There's some questions that I have.
Okay, so the name of the son, which is...
I'm gonna go ahead and say my question because she might say it.
Okay, go ahead. Oh, you're gonna ask me a question. Go ahead.
But you might answer it.
Okay. I will.
Okay. So in there, okay, so it says, I beheld the fathers towards the end of verse 4. For there I beheld the fathers of the first men. Who are the first men? Who are the first men? That's one question. My other questions I had, because it was hitting, I was like, oh. Let me see.
You talking about the name of the son of Adam living with?
Yeah,
him,
probably
his
just
son?
yeah, it wasn't a question then. It was more like a statement, letting us know that the son of Adam living with Yahuwah Sabaoth, he was there before.
Yeah, it was exalted by the
Mhm.
inhabitants of the earth.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. But my question is, who are the first men? Who was that? Okay, so our don't be shy. Remember, I said don't be shy. This is where we unlearn and relearn.
Yeah.
So if you want to know my thoughts, because sometimes I'm asking these questions because not that I know, it's because I don't know.
We want to hear your thoughts.
Yeah.
Because some of this.
Yeah.
I think.
So I think the first men are those that died in the flood. No, the flood ain't happened today.
You mean you're speaking of Adam, Seth?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
That's what I think the first men.
That's what I'm thinking too.
Okay. All right. County Cam and Uncle Rory, good to see you. Yes.
This is okay. The fathers of the first men and the Kodashim. So it's the fathers of the first men. So you got, because they remember everything goes by the father.
What's his name? Methuselah.
I'm thinking of that. One. Enoch would be considered one.
But he here.
Oh, wait. I think Methuselah is Enoch's son. He is.
It is.
So
he wouldn't be there.
I mean, to us, he would be considered one of these fathers, but not to Enoch.
Yeah.
So up until Enoch.
Okay.
So, and then the Kodashim are the ones who didn't go down the mountain. I'll put it that way. Yeah. Remember the mountains?
Uh-huh. Yeah. All right. So that was just my questions. You guys can just share what you thought. Who are the first men and the Kodashim who dwell in that place forever? And notice this rope is a good rope. This is a good sign. The last rope, it wasn't so good. They was using that. They was using that last rope to punish those angels, right? All right, 71. I guess I gave you a recap. Afterward, my ruach was concealed, ascending into the heavens. I beheld the sons of the holy angels treading on flaming fire, whose garment and robes were white, and whose countenance were transparent as crystal. Oh.
So don't think of white as this. Think of white much, much brighter than this. Like, we have not seen true colors.
No.
Because we just jacked everything up.
Yeah.
So white is going to be a much...
I feel like in this...
brighter and...
Look at me scratching my skin. I feel like in this, it's like, let me see if it makes sense. Whose robe was right. I feel like in this way, it can be like whose robes was righteousness.
Yeah, like Adam,
I feel like it's like,
was at the beginning. Yes.
Mm-hmm, like a purity.
Yeah, like it's a light rather than a color.
Yeah. That's what I feel.
Yeah.
But I love giving space for being wrong, okay? Because you can always learn from that space.
Because their countenances were transparent as crystal. So that's like shiny. It's
dimensional.
Different.
Yeah, and it's two-dimensional, at least when you look at crystal.
Yeah, it's really bright. And yeah.
All right. So yes, it's an eye. It's a view. That's what it is. It's something to see. There you go. Oh, Dad, thank you. He goes, he says, the fathers of the first men are the righteous elders of the earliest inhabitants.
Yeah, like that's Adam and them, right? You Adam and them. That's Grandpa Adam and them.
Come on, y'all. So I don't have my other hand, but this will be a death clap. You know what I'm saying? So yes, I'm clapping it up. Yes, sir. I received that, and yeah, absolutely agree with that. 2. I saw 2 rivers, not 3. He only saw 2. Let's not add more than what he saw. Okay. I saw 2 rivers of fire glittering like the hyacinth. That's as close as I can get to that word, but I'm going to spell it for you.
I think that's a flower.
It is a flower.
Mm-hmm.
Hyacinth. There you go. We can pronounce it together if we like, but I will not.
I'll look up the flower and see what it looks like.
Shalom, Auntie Melly Mel. All right. So 3. Then I fell on my face before Yahuwah Sabaoth, and Michael, one of the archangels, took me by my right hand, raised me up, brought me out where was every secret mercy and secret righteousness. Wow. And again, we're in chapter 71. So Auntie Melly Mel, you can catch up with us in the book of Enoch, verse 4, going into 5. So again, it says, and Michael, yeah. And
look at hyacinths there.
Oh yeah, those are pretty.
Those are pretty.
These are the flowers. Can you see that? You probably can't, but there you go.
Yeah.
There you go. Oh, yeah. Put your melanated hand there. Well, it showed it for. Yeah, those are the flowers.
Those are beautiful.
Nice and colorful.
The fire is this color. That's crazy.
The fire is those colors. Okay.
I saw 2 rivers of fire glittering like the hyacinth. Oh, wow.
Wow.
I wonder if it's like these. Ooh.
Could be, but that lets us know that the fire is different.
Different, yeah.
I still don't want to feel it.
But this is a good one, remember?
All fire burn.
Mm-hmm. I remember it, though. The burning bush wasn't hot.
Oh, you're right. Okay.
He made the fire, and the furnace not burned.
You're right.
Abraham.
His fire. You ain't got to worry.
Depends on which fire you in.
There you go. It's something to see. All right. Something to see. So that what we showed you was the what did you say? Hyacinth? Hyacinth. See, I can't even say it. I feel like I got a list.
Those of you who are into gardening.
Those the HYA. Hyacinth. There you go. I like that.
That's right.
It's right tonight because we're reading it. Okay. The people don't mind. All right. So let's move on for the flowers, but they're beautiful, right? You can check them out on your own time. Let's get back into this. Verse 3. Then I fell on my face before Yahuwah Sabaoth, and Michael, the archangels, took me by my right hand, raised me up, and brought me out where was every secret mercy and secret righteousness. Okay. He showed me all the hidden things of the extremities of heaven, all the receptacles of the stars, all the splendors of all, from whence they went forth before the face of the holy. And he concealed the Ruach of Enoch in the heavens of heavens.
Oh.
Okay.
Because again, the vision of Noah.
Yeah, I was just about to say, again, this is Noah, right?
So he said he showed him all this stuff, but he didn't show him Enoch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He didn't let him know that Enoch was there. There I beheld in the midst of that light a building raised with stones of ice. And in the midst of these stones, tongues of living fire. My Ruach saw around the circle of this flaming habitation on one of the extremities, rivers full of living fire, which encompassed it.
Remember day of Pentecost.
I was thinking that. I was like, it came right when they had it on their head.
Yeah, because he bit it with the tongues and the fire. He saw that.
Yeah. Girl, you was right in my head. I was like, ooh, that's why I struggled to get through it. Yes, he saw that again. Just pointing references and putting pictures together. That's
what I'm loving about Yahuwah. The more I read these books, because people kept telling us it's hidden, it's a mystery.
It's not.
Everything is not this mystery. There are some, of course, but I'm just saying they had us thinking stuff was a mystery that Yahuwah plainly told us about.
It's a mystery because they got our books, our stuff.
And then don't want us to read it.
Yeah, exactly. But when you have it, you can link it to what you already have, and it just gives it a broader picture. You're able to see a clearer picture.
So it seems like the fire that they show is just like a fire, but it should be looking like these colors. Remember, that's the fire he saw.
Yeah. That's beautiful. Wow. Okay. So let's see. He says, my Ruach saw around the circle of this flaming habitation on one of its extremities rivers full of living fire, which encompassed it. Then an angel, a seraphim, the cherubium, and the ophanium surrounded it. These are those who never sleep, but watch the throne of his glory.
I remember the ophanium are the ones that's in Ezekiel. The whale looked like in the middle of the whale. The ones that have those eyes all over the place.
That makes sense. Where it don't sleep. Yep. And I beheld angels innumerable, thousands of thousands in myriads who surrounded that habitation. Wow. And Michael and Raphael, who was in the heaven and out of it. Michael and Raphael went out of that habitation, and holy angels innumerable. With them was the Ancient of Days, whose head was white as wool and pure, and his robe was indescribable.
Wow. Because when it says, who were in the heavens above went in and out of it. And we already know for sure Gabriel's been down there because he talked to Mary. I think all of them been down here at some point. That's why it's telling us, be careful.
Yeah.
How you treat people,
you don't know.
Might be entertaining.
Yeah.
Angels.
Absolutely. Then I fell upon my face while all my flesh was dissolved. I know it was.
Yeah, that's.
And my Ruach became changed. Y'all listen. So he just transformed like that.
Yes. Because remember, certain presence you in, you got to change. Your body got to change.
But even in our walk today in 2025, and Happy New Year, y'all, if you know, you know. Even in our walk today, when we walk into the Most High, he don't want us to come into us in his flesh.
Yes.
What he wants is righteousness, his spirit, himself, and he wants to respond to himself, not to this earthly flesh. Yeah. So even we have to transform, even though we're not in the heavens, but we are in his presence. And what we cannot bring is this right here.
Yeah, right.
Or this.
That's why when it's all over, we're going to be changed.
Yeah, no matter what, we got to come to him reflecting himself so he can respond.
The way he created us.
So he can respond to his word, and his word won't return to him void. You get it? All right. So I love that. Then I fell upon my face while all my flesh was dissolved, because it cannot be in his presence, not no flesh, okay? And my Ruach became changed, took him back to the beginning. And again, this is Noah.
Yes, this is Noah.
Okay?
This is Noah's
having
vision.
This experience. I cried out with a loud voice, with a powerful Ruach, blessing and glorifying and exalting. And those blessings which proceeded from my mouth became acceptable in the presence of the Ancient of Days.
Because he saw that it was a pure praise. Wow. I could only imagine.
I can only imagine that. I can see that. Because that's your response. Like he wasn't like, whoa, wow, you are real.
Yeah.
Just from his first initial response was blessings and glorifying.
And
so his heart already knew, his spirit already knew, because it was already familiar to the one that created him.
Yeah.
It was nothing.
There was that connection, that real connection. It's going to be something else when we get there. Like.
Yeah. Wow. The Ancient of Days came with Michael, Gabriel, Raphael, and Penuel with thousands and myriads, which could not be numbered. Then the angel came to me, and with his voice saluted me, saying, "You are the son of Adam, who is born for righteousness, and righteousness has rested upon you. The righteousness of the Ancient of Days shall not forsake you." He said, "On you shall he confer peace in the name of the existing world. For from thence has peace gone forth since the world was created. And thus shall it happen to you forever and ever. All who shall exist and who shall walk in your path of righteousness shall not forsake you forever. With you shall be their habitations with you, their lot, nor from you shall they be separated forever and ever. And thus shall length of days be with the son of Adam. Peace shall be to the righteous, and the path of integrity shall the righteous pursue. In the name of Yahuwah Sabaoth, forever and ever."
I need y'all to pick up that forever and ever. Because if you don't understand that, you need to understand that because it keeps you in connection with these people we're reading about, well, our relatives.
Mm-hmm.
It's forever and ever. It wasn't until the flood or until Mashiach comes or until, it's forever and ever. It's continuous.
Mm-hmm.
We're his people. If you're in righteousness, you're in righteousness.
Mm-hmm.
We're his people.
And that's funny because I don't necessarily put him as son of Adam. That's just something that I just learned now, because I'm always Adam, son of Adam. You know, I don't say Enoch. Noah, son of Adam.
Yeah.
Even though it came through.
Yeah.
So it makes sense.
His son.
Yeah, and it makes sense.
Yeah.
And so it's like, oh, it's just that gentle reminder. And then also, how important, look what righteousness can do for you. Look what righteousness can do for you. I didn't say money. I didn't say influence. I didn't say
clothes, shoes, what you got, status symbols.
I said righteousness. Okay. And not only for you, but for the generation to die that come through you and after you. Look what righteousness
forever and ever.
Come on. Listen, I
need y'all to grasp that.
Listen, and I tell y'all, like, that is so heavy because even when I was in the system, and listen, everything that I learned in the church system wasn't bad, but I promise you, I didn't hear as much as I hear about righteousness today as I did when I was there.
No, of course not. They did stuff to make you feel good.
Yes.
Most of them. There were some that
would,
and there still are, but most of them is, oh, I feel good.
Yeah, but the emphasis that's being, I guess, like in our assembly, that's being put in getting people to understand the inside is what is important.
Yes.
The character of the Most High, and to make sure that we reflect that. And when we reflect that, what is we reflecting? We're reflecting righteousness because it's his character.
Yes.
That's being on display.
And that's what draws people to you. Like when Mashiach says, if I be lifted up, I'll draw. All I need you to do is lift me up.
That's it.
I'll draw. Like they'll draw all men unto him.
Yes.
All I need you to do is lift me up.
Yeah.
Humility, righteousness. I need them to see that light. I don't care what you have on. I don't care. Yes, you're supposed to conduct yourself a certain way. We're supposed to do all these things. I'm not saying, go outside in booty shorts, long as you righteous. I ain't saying that. Because if you righteous, you're going to think about that.
Right.
You're going to look in the mirror and go,
this ain't it.
That's why the righteousness has to be on the inside. Because the Ruach will talk to you and say, girl, what do you have on?
Yep. Or boy, take them skinny jeans off.
Yes.
They too tight. Okay?
Yes.
No place in judgment, but then I am. Okay. So listen.
So we're just saying, make sure that you got that righteousness and humility on the inside. Everything will be all right. It's not my job there's not a count up in heaven saying, I won souls. Like, oh, she won 50 souls and she won 10. I don't win nobody.
Positioned that way.
Yes, yeah. I won not a single soul. I've lifted Yah up. I've lifted Mashiach up. Whoever came.
Yeah.
We probably influence people we don't even know.
Right. Absolutely.
Just by being kind in the store.
Yep. Absolutely.
You never know.
Now, and granted, hey, Auntie Nita, good to see you. We are in chapter 71 in Enoch. Now, granted, I know that he spoke this to Noah about the righteousness and the righteousness being laid upon him. But I'm just saying, like, we don't serve somebody that changes his mind. Okay.
Yeah.
If he can do it for Noah, your family member, what makes you think he can't lay his righteousness on your bloodline? Yes. I mean, it's already in your blood, but activate that, right? Because some of it is dormanted.
Yes. Because remember, everybody got about to perish. Had to carry the torch. Who was it going to be? Noah's family. Noah.
Absolutely.
Everybody on this earth come from one of them.
Yep.
Absolutely. It's on Noah. It's on you. Need you to make sure you teach.
It's on you, right?
Righteousness, humility, keep it.
Absolutely. Because the blessing is in there. The blessing is really in there. All right. And it says, and thus shall the length of days be with the son of Adam. Peace shall be to the righteous and the path of integrity to do something the right way without nobody looking. Yes. Okay. Because that's an inward thing. Okay. If you're worried about who looking at you, that's a behavior. That's a characteristic flaw.
Yes.
But he's telling you to do something and the path of integrity, to do the right thing when nobody's looking. You ain't tripping if the Father's got eyes on you, because you're going to do the right thing regardless. Shall the righteous pursue in the name of Yahuwah Sabaoth forever and ever. This thing is perpetually.
Right.
We are to pursue. That means to go after that thing like the hound dogs.
Yes, that means to run after it.
Once you get a smell of what it is that you need to.
Yep, you go.
And that dog just be gone. Now, I'm not calling you a dog, okay? I'm telling you what. See, he has these things for us to look at and just like, oh yeah, that's true.
And they are not distracted. They are not distracted from that scent. They
not until they find it.
Yep.
Right? They're like, oh, okay. That's why we have different things to show what we're supposed to be doing, what it looks like for us. We are to pursue that thing. Once we have an understanding of what it is that he has called us to do, we are to pursue it, not allowing anything to weigh it. Now, listen, I get it. The cares of this world be caring.
Yes.
Okay. In more than one way. Okay. Get these big eyes, because I mean it. But still, we serve a great and mighty Yah. We can trip, but get up, dust your knees off, and get going again. Refocus your focus.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one.
Because life be trying to squirrel.
Yep. Get you to go a whole nother direction.
That's the whole purpose of this system, is to get you to go a whole different direction. Maybe more so left, because they don't want you to go back to Torah. But definitely wouldn't mind you going left. All right. All right. So 72. The Sefer of the revolutions of the luminaries of heaven, according to their respective classes, their respective powers, their respective periods, their respective names, the places where they commenced their progress, and their respective months, which Uriel, the holy angels who was with me, explained to me, he who conducted them, the whole account of them, according to every year of the world, forever, until a new work shall be effected, which will be eternal.
So it's forever. So notice how when even like when Enoch was taken away by an angel, the angel that was in charge of whatever he was about to see was the one that showed up.
Absolutely.
So like I said here, Uriel took me to see this because he's in charge of it. He's in charge of this part of creation. So He's the one that's going to show me around.
Mm-hmm.
He the one's going to tell me what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
And notice it's forever.
And listen, it is ownership. This is why I keep saying their respective periods, their respective names. It is taking ownership. Okay? Ownership, whether it's people or things or whatever the Most High has given you, you must take ownership.
And be where you're supposed to be, when you're supposed to be there, and do what you're supposed to do.
And again, those that you've heard me say, when we respect him, we can respect the things that he has given us and the path that he has put us on.
Yes.
And in return, it is a blessing to everyone that comes through our way.
Respect it. That's why we shouldn't be like, oh man, it's raining. I hate rain. Really? You want to do without it?
No, not me.
Respect that rain.
Yeah. Right, because that's their respective periods. That's their respective place.
And the rain is like, look, I'm here to water your plants.
Right. And
I'm here to give you fresh water.
The rain be like, I'm taking ownership of what he told me to do, of the instruction that he has given me.
Yeah.
I take ownership. Anything, if he asks me, I cannot give him an excuse.
Yeah.
Because
I'm not going to say, Sally don't like it when I rain on her house. Too bad.
Not going to give an excuse.
No.
In this world, listen, if you look for an excuse, you can definitely find one. I promise you. I can pull out one right now out of my pocket. Okay. Might be the back one though, because I don't have no front pockets. Anywho, let's go. 2.
Okay.
This is the first law of the luminaries. The sun and the light arrive at the gates of heaven, which are on the east, and on the west of it at the western gates of heaven. I beheld the gates whence the sun goes forth, and the gates where the sun sets, in which gates also the moon rises and sets, and in the conductors of the stars, among those who precede them, 6 at the rising and 6 at the setting of the sun. All these respectively, one after another, are on a level, and numerous windows are on the right and on the left sides of those gates.
He said, I see where they live. I see how they lined up, ready to go in order that they're supposed to go. And at the right time, they at the gate. Because remember earlier, Enoch saw the vision where they lived and it had the gates.
Yes.
He said, I saw what time they came out the gates.
Yes.
Who came out the gates. The order they came out the gates. Where the sun rose, where the sun set. I saw all this.
Yes. Oh, man. This is beautiful. I don't know who told us to get out of Enoch and never read it, but you see why they didn't want you to read it.
Yeah. Yeah.
They see why. Okay. 6. First proceeds forth the great luminary, which is called the sun, the orb of which is as the orb of heaven. The whole of it being replete with splendid and flaming fire. Its chariot where it ascends, the wind blows. The sun sets in heaven, and returning by the north to proceed towards the east, is conducted so as to enter by that gate and illuminate the face of the heaven. In the same manner, it goes forth in the first month by the great gate. It goes forth through the fourth of those 6 gates, which are at the rising of the sun. And in the 4th gate, from which the sun rises in the first month, there are 12 open windows, from which issues out of a flame when they are opened in their proper periods. When the sun rises in heaven, it goes forth through this 4th gate 30 days, and by the 4th gate in the west of heaven, on a level with it, descends. During that period, the day is lengthened from the day, and the night is curtailed from the night for 30 days. And then the day is longer by 2 parts than the night. The day is precisely 10 parts, and the night is 8.
Now, I want y'all to think about that and think how they jacked that up with daylight savings time. They didn't need to just next time it's supposed to be daylight savings time. I want you to notice that the earth does it naturally already. And then they go to changing the time.
Yeah.
Anything to throw us off. You don't need to. There are some countries that don't change the time.
Right. They don't.
They don't change their time.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, I don't even think Hawaii does. I don't think Hawaii does daylight savings time.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
I know a lot of other countries. I know Ethiopia definitely don't.
No, in fact, if we go there,
most
we're younger.
over there, yeah,
we're younger. Wow, but okay, and then also like the 12 open windows. Come on, man, 12. I mean, listen, heaven. I can just imagine heaven as being like extremely wide. It's huge. It's massive. And I'm sure it can use more than 12 windows, okay? I'm sure. Just saying. So the fact that it chose I gonna have a window, be able to look at a window? I don't know.
Yeah, but these windows is for the sun. But still, it's still 12.
Yeah.
Like, okay.
Right.
Yeah. This the part that I be trying to read over and over. So he's saying, does it go through a different window, or is it the sun got its own window? Some of the stars got their own window. Like, yeah, this is the part.
Yeah, this is a lot. Auntie Shishi, she says correct. Hawaii does not change, and I believe Arizona. And then Ebony was like, "Don't worry, Auntie Shishi, I got you." Hawaii and Arizona both don't change for daylight savings.
It would have to be Ebony.
Yeah, there's no purpose of it.
Yes, there's no. Why? It does it naturally by itself.
There's no purpose unless you have an
agenda.
There you go. Then it has a purpose. All right. Where are we?
15, I think.
Yes.
Yes, we're on 15.
Thank you for that. All right. The sun goes forth through this fourth gate and sets in it, and turns to the fifth gate during 30 days, after which it proceeds from and sets in the fifth gate. Can y'all imagine the sun parking into this big garage? Just so I can just say that, okay? This space, because he got to sit for 30 days. How is it? Y'all remember when people were saying, "Oh, we're gonna land on the sun"?
There ain't no way, please.
Y'all
you don't even know where it's coming from.
We want to go to the sun. How?
Yes.
And people were buying it. They were buying it like it was a 2-for-1 deal.
Yeah. I remember when they were selling stars.
Oh, yeah.
I said, who was that stupid?
It was romantic.
To look up, I named a star after you. If I was crooked, I could have made me some money.
Oh, hopeless romantic.
I could be rich. It. Yes.
I know someone that
people was buying them stars.
I know
somebody bought you one.
Girl, no. No.
Just check.
But I saw the paper. I know what it looked like.
Yeah.
It's a real life contract too. How do you buy? That's like
you ain't bought no star.
Oh yeah.
You don't even know the star
name. And then you
name.
named it. You named it.
The star already got a name. And the stars was going, who's that? Who's Roscoe?
Right.
Who's Arabella?
Yeah.
And they ain't our name.
Who's Chanel?
Who's Chanel?
Right. That's crazy. But they do anything to make money and to corrupt. Yeah. Again, that you are not doing that. Like not with y'all
taking y'all's name in vain.
Bringing it to nothing.
Bringing it
Fruitless.
to nothing. Yes.
Like, ugh.
And it sounds like the months, like it sounds like the sun every month goes out of a different window.
Yes, that's what it looks. It sounds like that. It looks like that too. He's going out the fourth gate, come in by the fifth one, then he goes out another gate. Ebony said they will instantly burst into flames. It just don't make sense. And sometimes I just be like, why they be putting this out here? But then when I look at the people that be eating it up, I'll be like, well, that's why they be putting it out there.
Yeah.
Because people be like, I'm going to the moon.
Yeah.
Baby, how?
Yeah, okay.
You going to Hollywood? Into their studio?
You going to get a moon pie.
Right. Where you going? This is about you about to be an actress? All those poor astronauts that was stuck in space for 6.
What space was they stuck in? The closet space?
They were stuck in Hollywood? I mean, make it make sense because the Most High ain't gonna let that happen.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, and we already know about the moon landing, but some of us still believe it with our whole heart, and that's okay. It's okay. Somebody had to be there to film it. All right. Were we 20?
I don't even know. Are we on
16?
17? Oh, 16. Okay.
Then the day becomes lengthened by the second portion so that it is 11 parts. And this is a lot that I don't understand because sometimes my day do feel longer than the night.
Yeah, it's showing us how that division is made. It's made slowly. Like the day is longer. So one month is this long.
Like today, like our days.
Like so to the next month, it's lengthened by this day. It's up there by this day.
That's
and
so
slowly
true.
Gets to the
We're seeing it today because when our daylight savings, now our day gets it's lighter longer and our nights are shorter.
But if you notice before the time change, it was already doing it.
Very true. Very true.
It's already doing it. Y'all don't have to do nothing.
No.
Leave stuff alone.
It was going to do this anyway.
It's going to do it on its own.
It's a sign. All right. The sun, so it says, then the day becomes lengthened by the second portion so that it is 11 parts, while the night becomes shortened and it is only 7 parts. So
it all still ends up being even. Yes. If the sun is like longer, then the moon is, the night, because we ain't got to the moon, so I won't say nothing. It's shorter. If the moon is longer, it's the same thing. It is so... Every day is still the same amount of hours. Yes. It's just the light when the light is shining.
Gotcha.
So it's the same amount of hours.
Yeah. The sun now returns to the east, entering into the 6th gate, and rising and setting in the 6th gate 31 days. On account of its signs, at that period, the day is longer than the night, being twice the night, and become 12 parts, but the night is shortened and becomes 6 parts. Then the sun rises up, and the day may be shortened, and the night lengthened. It says, let me get into this comment real quick. Auntie Melly Mel, she said, my family member will be so disappointed to know that the star they purchased and named for my grandson is null and void. A lot of people will be disappointed. But you know what? Maybe they wouldn't, because they'd be like, well, shoot, I bought it and that is what it is.
But you can't call the star to you.
The star ain't going to respond. But that's okay, because that's just like somebody selling air for you to go and buy. This air is special. Yeah. Keep this locked away.
Yeah. But who did she say bought the star?
A family.
For the grandson. Yeah. Tell look, we done all made stupid purchases.
Yeah.
Truth be told, we didn't buy a star, but we bought something.
Oh yeah.
A stolen good.
Got a hole in it the next day.
A VCR with a brick in it.
Wow, some of our viewers may not know what that is. But
yeah. That's right. Yeah.
A DVD.
DVD. Yeah.
CD. Wow. Tape. Okay. None of that. Yeah. Yeah. We all made some crazy.
Want them to feel better. Yeah.
I bought water. Remember that? I bought living water, for $60, and it was only this big, that skinny. Remember that?
And all water is alive. So
oh yes. Dad said a pet rock.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes, we were spending money on go into the mountains and get a rock.
Wow.
Outside, get a rock. They were buying pet rocks. They made money off that.
A pet rock.
It's all in the advertising. If you're a good advertiser.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, that's right. I forgot about that.
I that phased out when I came up.
Yep, they have pet rocks. But they sure did.
That's interesting.
You don't roll over, don't bark. You can. It's a rock. You just
show
there.
it. This is my pet rock. You color it?
I guess you could, but it was a rock.
Genius. Okay, listen. If you in this world and you corrupt, genius. I can't even be mad.
I could have made somebody if I was crooked.
Listen,
I'm glad I was John since birth, because I was seeing some stuff like this is stupid. And at one point, I'm not gonna lie. At one point, I thought people are stupid. Why don't I just sell something crazy? But my conscience wouldn't let me do it.
Wow, that's great. And chia pets. I remember the chia pets.
Well, at least that did grow.
Made sense. Yeah.
At least that did have a plant.
Yeah, that did.
Yeah.
But a pet rock though?
A rock.
Girl, you got rocks all in your yard.
Make it a pet.
You gonna pay for something? Well, my rock is shinier. I guess it's all in wordplay. But wow. Yeah. Some people are dumb as rocks. No, the rocks is not dumb. I apologize.
Yeah, it's not the rock's fault.
It's not. I apologize. No.
Because the rock was all like, yes, oh, you owe me.
The rocks is a part of Yah's creation. And if we don't do nothing, guess what's gonna cry out? Like that. Yeah. She said buyer's remorse for real. Me too. I told you about that water that I drank. Thank you, y'all, for mercy and covering, just covering us in our crazy stuff. All right, 18. Nope, 17. The sun now returns to the east, entering into the sixth gate and rising and setting in the sixth gate. 31 days on account of its signs. At that period, the day is longer than the night, being twice the night and become 12 parts. But the night is shortened and becomes 6 parts. Then the sun rises up, that the day may be shortened and the night lengthened. And the sun returns towards the east, entering into the sixth gate, where it rises and sets for 30 days. When that period is completed, the day becomes shortened precisely 1 part, so that it is 11 parts, while the night is 7 parts. Then the sun goes from the west, from the sixth gate, and proceeds eastward, rising in the fifth gate for 30 days, and setting again westward in the fifth gate of the west. At that period, the day becomes shortened to 2 parts, and is 10 parts, while the night is 8 parts. Then the sun goes from the fifth gate, as it sets in the fifth gate of the west, and rises in the fourth gate for the 31 days, on account of its signs, setting in the west. At that period, the day is made equal with the night. And being equal with it, the night becomes 9 parts, and the day 9 parts.
That's when it's equal.
That's when it's equal. So no matter what they got to do, they're going to come back. Okay? And be equal. Then the sun goes from that gate as it sets in the west, and returning to the east, proceeds by the third gates for 30 days. Setting in the west at the third gate, at that period, the night is lengthened from the day during 30 mornings, and the day is curtailed from the day during 30 days, the night being 10 parts precisely, and the days 8 parts. The sun now goes from the third gate as it sets in the third gate in the west, but returning to the east, it proceeds by the second gate of the east for 30 days. In like manner, also, it sets in the second gate in the west of heaven. At the third period, the night is 11 parts, and the day 7 parts. Then the sun goes at that time from the second as it sets in the second gate in the west, but returns to the east, proceeding by the first gate for 31 days, and sets in the west in the first gate. At that period, the night is lengthened as much again as the day. It is 12 parts precisely, where the day is 6 parts. Wow, this is good. The sun has completed its beginnings, and a second time goes around from these beginnings. Into that gate it enters for 30 days, and sets in the west in the opposite part. At that period, the night is contracted in its at that period. Sorry, y'all. Sometimes I'll be messing up, and y'all know I get my stuttering on. Don't judge me, okay? We'll judge me. It's okay, as long as it's coming from a good place. So at that period, right? Not the comma, and not the semicolon, and not the hashtag, or not the exclamation mark, or not the
emoji,
hyphen, or not at that period, okay? And it's not a period, because in this context, it's not talking about grammar. No. Oh, okay.
You a mess.
So that's a Cliff. I just want us to make sure that we understood.
That we get it. That we understand.
That it wasn't a period as in grammar.
Right. It was a set amount of time.
That's a period.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And it's not a noun or anything like that. It's not a person, place, or thing. It's a set amount of time.
Yes.
Yeah. Y'all good. Because I didn't know if somebody was gonna question me or send an email talking about, well, what does period mean? I just had to let y'all know.
I had to let you know.
It wasn't grammar, but I appreciate it. Somebody wanted to know that.
Somebody
was it you?
did. Hey.
Was it you? Well, listen, why don't you circle in your Bible that 37th verse? Because when we come back on Friday, that's where we're going to start. At that period.
No, we're going to start with 35.
Okay, you're right. Because that's where we're going to start. And it's not where the period
Just
is.
so to keep that thought. And notice how, like, at this point, there are some of you saying, I get it. Okay, Noah, I get it. He's going, this is going to go in order, and it's going to be 9, 8, 9, whatever. But notice it's written down to make sure you don't make a mistake. Every single part of it. So don't get bored. Don't think, okay, I get it. They're doing too much. They're not. He's being precise.
Absolutely.
He's letting you know everything.
Did you hear him say 28 days?
No.
That is cycle in 28 days.
Mm-hmm.
Did you hear him say that is cycle 29 days?
Mm-hmm.
He said 30, 31.
That's it.
See, so where do we get this? Why was 29? Why was the leap year created? Just by throwing that off and taking the 30-day away from it, jacked up our calendar.
That and the daylight saving time.
Absolutely.
It all jacked it up.
Jasher will tell you that. Jubilees will tell you that too.
Mm-hmm. And then I remember I was talking to somebody and they were like, yeah, and every year they add a second. They add a second.
Yes.
To the time. That's why we're so off.
We are so off. So when he said, and the sun came 30 days, and the sun came back this way 31 days, and the sun came back 30 days, he's letting you know that, hey, what we are in is not what he created.
Not what he created.
Because if the heavens got to go by the days, we are supposed to mirror that. Mm-hmm. So man corrupted our time, y'all.
Mm-hmm. And you'll see that when they get to talking about the moon. If you see the moon in the middle of the month, you know time is off. A full moon. There's a certain time the moons have their little, but then you see them at different times.
Yes, if I'm not mistaken, that might be in Jasher 6 chapter or maybe Jubilee 6. One of the two, but talk about how men corrupted time and how they added a day. Mm-hmm. And we're not even supposed to have 364 days. No, we're not. I think it's 365.
I think it's 365.
Oh, yeah. We're not supposed to have 365 days. We're supposed to be having 364.
Oh, wait, which one do we have 364? I think we're supposed to have 365. No.
No.
Yes. How many days in a year?
Why do you confuse me? Wait, is it 300? That's 365 days.
How many days was we taught we were supposed to have?
365. No, we're supposed to have 364.
I think you got it backwards.
Now listen, Dad, come on, chime in on this. Don't worry, y'all ain't gonna see this. I'm gonna cut this part off.
How many days we supposed to have, y'all?
I believe it's 364.
Yeah.
I mean 365 days. Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're right. Because it's right here. The year is precisely 364 days. So they have 365.
Yes.
But it's really 364.
And then every year they're adding a second, like you said. And again, it's
throwing off everything.
But if nature or creation
keep doing what it's supposed to do.
Doing what it's supposed to do. It's just a arrow pointing to you saying, hey, this is what Yah established, and this is what man is doing.
Yes, that's why they don't want us to read Enoch.
Yeah.
Enoch is too full of rich information Enoch would throw away so much stuff. It'll throw away man's science, his astronomy, his take on creation.
Yes.
It'll just be null and void. And they were not intelligent enough to even know how to rework Enoch.
No.
Because they would jack themselves up. Because if you go on a website and say, how big, just type in, go on Google, but how big is the sun? What's the size of the sun? You'll get all kind of different answers. Y'all can't even tell a lie together.
Yeah, you can't.
You do the same thing with the moon. Y'all can't even get your lie together.
But yet you landed on it.
Yeah.
And the crazy thing is, I see is Enoch is saying, hey, y'all, if the heavens got it together, how much more are we supposed to get it together?
Yeah.
And he made us where we can have our own. The heavens can too. The angels can too. But we are physically able to do what he has called us to do.
And we're in charge.
If the spiritual side got it together, how much more are we required, again, taking ownership to what he has given us and to walk in that?
Because we are supposed to be in charge of all creation, even the angels.
Yes.
But nah, it's messed up.
Yes.
It's messed up.
Absolutely.
Because he commanded the angels, you have to listen to them. Yeah. That's why Lucifer got all upset.
Because he was here first. We didn't know that you was here. All right.
Ain't no way.
But his word stands. His word stands. All right. Our cousin Ebony, she goes, February creates an extra day. So a regular standard year is 365. It is crazy. Yes. And there's no reason why February shouldn't have 30 days. Giving them
that's all right, because we starting to make up our own stuff now. Like, we starting to celebrate stuff like in whatever month we want to. Like,
yeah, but that's the stuff that gets us in trouble too.
Yeah.
That's the stuff that keeps us bondage too. Like, yay! I just like, oh no, come on, you don't even know the history of Juneteenth. That's not. Oh.
Yeah, I don't mean that stuff.
Yeah, but
we're starting to celebrate with I should say, well, no, but that too. That's still out there too. But we're now starting to, you know how Yah's bringing judgment, and you can clearly see that we have had enough. People are starting to acknowledge that we have had enough.
Yes.
And keep saying that we have had enough. We have had enough. Like this little crazy march thing they're doing on April 5th. Don't y'all go out there.
The natural fight.
Yeah. We're starting to realize that. Like, y'all got us. And they don't like that. Like, we don't. What are we going for?
Because there's no fight without us.
But y'all's going.
We're influential. We're one of the most influential people.
Y'all will show up at
that spirit will hate us, but at the same time need us. But with that being said, y'all, we thank y'all. I want to give you your time back, right? Because we were the internet was not. It wasn't doing what it was called at this point. It was choosing disobedience. But hey, I don't know. So we will see you guys tomorrow, Friday. But we will not see you tomorrow. But we will definitely see you Friday at 6 p.m. if y'all says the same. With that being said, we'd like to thank you for tuning in to Move Your Shoulders. Get your shoulders. Come on, do the old people rock. Story time. Story time. Story time. Bye.
Shalom.
Shalom, family. You like that?
That's cute.